Hi. Okay, so underneath this video, as usual, I just posted something. So I posted about the traditions in somebody's in Spain, and they're talking about the Catholic Church and how they adopted a lot of pagan things into the church. So I wanted to come on here and talk about that for a second because I made videos like a while ago, but this I have a hater and she erases my videos. Doesn't that sound crazy? I know that sounds crazy. My life is incredible. So anyway, in the Catholic Church, they did adopt a lot of traditions, and then one of the things that's listed in this post that I put up was about how they had a lot of the symbolism of Egypt on the Virgin Mary as they're doing a procession in Spain. Somebody's in Spain right now watching the processions for Easter week. So and I've talked about that before. More than talking about the adoption of the symbolism of Egypt, I've talked about things like how there's virgin births in Egypt and how they use things from the like Roman and even what do you call those, the Druids or whatever, maybe. Everybody knows that they use those kinds of things in their festivities. We've adopted them, and the church, just like what I would have said, and just thinking it over, mulling it over, uh, it's this is the way that this worked out because God has plans for everybody, and a lot of the prophecy that these people have things to do with the prophecy that we had as well. So um being that everybody is a part of the great, I mean, if God means for Jesus to be for everybody, then he has to be for everybody. And a lot of times people don't want to see the inclusion. They kind of, there's two kinds of Christians. There's everybody, come on, you're welcome, and then there's the kind that's like, it's Jesus is the only way, and you guys aren't allowed. And that's not how that really works. It's inclusive, and the church itself, the Catholic Church, includes people in. So when we're looking at those things, especially with it being Easter, and some people don't celebrate Christmas and don't celebrate Easter because they think that it's not Christian to do that, which is weird because what did they celebrate? Passover and Hanukkah? What do you do? You just don't have any celebration? That's a bummer. I feel sorry for those people. But anyway, in adopting these things, they are actually acknowledging the fact that divine providence, and it says that's what the little article below here says. The divine providence set it up that way. And I talked for just a second yesterday about the Bible and how the Bible is an actual. It's not just a couple of things that people said. The other day, I got into an argument with my mom because she said, "He is who's without sin may cast the first stone," flippantly about something. Cause I was like, "Don't do that. That bugs me." And I'm like, when you think about that, people use that all the time. They're like, "He who is without sin may cast the first stone," about any kind of little trifling thing. But these people were going to kill this person. They were going to stone her to death. That's a big deal. Stoning somebody to death is murder. We don't know what Jesus wrote on the ground. I don't know if everybody knows the whole story, but Jesus gets down on his knees and writes into the ground something, and all the people put their stones down. And he could have been writing. People have speculated that he was talking about different kinds of sins or whatever. Uh, but it could have been "Thou shalt not kill." So uh, anyway, it's something to think about. And and I was gonna say, uh, the church believes that everybody is. I already said that. Everybody's supposed to have a Jesus. Jesus isn't for just a couple of lucky people. So many of us are not Jews, right? We're all Gentiles. They adopted those traditions and accepted them like adopted children. So let's, before we go around casting stones at people for Easter baskets and Christmas trees, let's remember that those things are adoptions. and it's a kind-hearted thing. Like when you adopt a child and you let them keep their name. Okay. Happy Holy Week.